your next guest is a very funny comic. I've known him for a long time and haven't seen him on stage in a long time. I can't wait to see him all come together. Make some noise, Mr. DJ Roy!
Hey guys, how we doing? Right, that was quiet. I'd like to thank you guys for sticking in with this comedy gangbang we're having here. Thank you for sticking around. As a comic, I feel the need I should explain what goes through our head. Why do we do this? Are you guys curious about that? Yeah, right? See, you gotta understand is we have issues. We feel the need to share. Sorry. Because you gotta understand is there's a birth defect, right? Basically, I go out every night. I go to stages like this. I pour my heart and soul out. You guys cry. You guys judge me, dismiss me. I go home and cry, and somewhere in there's large amounts of alcohol. Right? Because you gotta understand is I have a birth defect, as in, you know how you guys have that little voice that says, "Don't or do say that"? I don't have one. Instead, I have another voice going, "Don't say it!" And I've had this affliction my whole life. Like, I got kicked out of summer school. The fact I'm in summer school says, oh, I applied myself to my education. And the fact I got kicked out says, oh, Mom's so proud. Right? Because you gotta understand, is I come from a small little town in Ontario. No one's ever heard. Toronto. Okay. And back there we had a little radio station called Chum. And it's spelled C-H-U-M. I bought a t-shirt, cut out the H, went to school. My mom doesn't tell people I'm a comic, they tell them I'm a drug dealer. Because in Toronto, that's a legitimate profession. If you don't believe me, ask our mayor. But as I say, I traveled across Canada, down in the States doing this, and I'm not a jet setter as much as a greyhounder. And I've been to the US border. Has anyone been there lately? Oh, those guys got issues. They need a fucking hug. Holy shit. Like, I show up to the border, right? And the border guard's drilling me full of questions, right? And I shit you not, this is one of the questions he asked me. He goes, boy, you got any drug paraphernalia on you? And before I snap off, the first thing that came to my head, which was, oh shit, I knew I forgot to pack something. I'll be right back. Before I snap off that bad boy, a voice out of nowhere goes, cavity search. And the vision of this big burly guy putting on a rubber glove going, boy, bend over and try to relax. I hope he calls. The girls got that one, the guys didn't. So I'm down in LA living the Canadian entertainment dream, which basically means I'm still homeless, but I'm wearing shorts in February. The Canadian entertainment dream. So I ran out of money and had to go get work, so I went out to Home Depot, right? And it was just me and 50 Mexicans. And like after a half hour, they looked at me and like they walk up and go, gringo, what you doing here? And I was like, oh shit, sorry, I'm Canadian. Oh my God, snowbacks. We've heard of you. Right? And halfway through the day, a redneck comes up and he's looking for guys and he's trying his Spanish. He's like, I need 3 amigo, 3. And I'm like, you need 3 guys. And he's like, English, where was that? You, get in the truck. You're my translator today. Right? And I'm sitting there on the ride. I'm like, at what point do I explain that all the Spanish I know comes from watching Dora the Explorer? Right? So we get on the job site, he gives me some orders. I walk up to the guys going, oh, this is going to go well. And then I walk up and I'm like, habla? And they're like, oh, we speak English. What am I here for today? He's an asshole. All right, so they're like, after that job's done, they got me in an all Spanish crew. And they're like, all right, Deej, anyone gives you a hard time, repeat after me. No habla. Yeah, like that's gonna work. So halfway through the day, redneck comes up, starts yelling at me. I'm like, no habla? And he's like, wait, aren't you Canadian? No habla, eh? So I run out of money and I have to come home and I'm going through Canadian customs. And again, greyhounding because I'm just living the dream. So I'm going through Canadian customs and it's 180. Canadian customs, she's like, hey dear, how long you been gone? Really? That long? Guess you're missing your Timmy's. Here's a double-double. Because it's Canadian Custom / Tim Hortons. All right? And then she's like, do you got any drugs or drug paraphernalia? And I'm like, you know I'm going to Vancouver, right? That's like bringing food to an all-you-can-eat buffet. And I've been to the rallies here in Vancouver, and I saw a pretty girl, and don't go to rallies to pick up women, just don't. But a pretty girl was holding up a sign that said, down with the white man. So I grabbed a marker and a piece of paper and wrote my own sign. And it said, go down on this white man. I was asked to leave and not come back. You guys have been a wonderful audience. Enjoy the rest of the show.